Precisely. It matters not, Jot, who stabbed the victim, whom in whose back with whose blade. Oh my god, that is hard to say.
What is that, a tongue twister?
Wait, go back to that sentence. Go back to that sentence. It matters not a jot who stabbed whom in whose back and with whose blade. What the?
Do something evil and you've got it coming. That's how the law works. The law of reckoning.
Okay, Mini Mimo.
The day will come. The day of the devil. As a shadow and as a citizen of a free country, I don't have to reveal my sources. That's the founding principle of minimalism.
You definitely have to reveal your sources. That means you have uncredible sources, my guy.
Mm-hmm.
Want to know how a lot of news gets spread around these days?
Look, I know that. You know that. I stand by what I said.
Hello everybody, KVTV on the Sun, and welcome back to the first case of the second Grady Saturday. Why did I say Ray? I almost said Ray. Wrighton is in a corner. I think we're about to, throw him out of the loop right now. You get it, I'm tired. Hi, good morning. I just started a new job.
We're going to end this man's whole career. That's many memoism, baby.
Thank you.
You say I'm in a corner, but that's wrong. As you can see, I'm clearly in the middle of the entire stage. Yeah! It was you who stole the poison from the laboratory that day. And it was you who administered it to the unwitting victim. But you quickly realized that was a terrible mistake.
Because the poison caused such unusual symptoms and was so traceable.
Wait, now we're saying it was traceable?
Yeah, I was like, wait, it's traceable now?
Yeah.
No. It's traceable in its symptoms, not in its actual...
Yeah, okay.
As you listened in from the far side of the beach hut's thin walls, you learnt these facts. That you'd already given up the victim the poison at the point. Nah.
Good morning, KV.
I got you there now, didn't I? That's very noticeable, baby.
Shut up and let my girlfriend speak.
Oh.
No, I don't think I will. How about you and Ted? Prosecutor, tell us about the ouchie growth.
Oh my god, no! Let's not bring that back again!
Everyone just shut up!
Tired.
Everyone just shut up, okay? Everyone just shut up. I have not had lunch. I am tired of this. You! Defense! Go!
Did you want to try reading it again, KV, or are you done?
Hello. This is your far descendant. We seem to have a lot of problems with court cases and not having lunch, don't we?
Oh my god, Josh, not now! From the future! Get out of here!
But you'd already given the victim the poison at that point. It was too late. So you hatched a plan to disguise your mistake. And that plan involves stabbing a victim in the back through a raised scream.
What could that possibly do?
Isn't it obvious, Counsel? The plan was to kill Miss Brett before the poison could take effect.
Damage.
Once in the blood, the poison causes the onset of pupil constriction. But he had hoped to precipitate the victim's death before that happened, hadn't he?
Exactly. Because without any revealing signs of the new secret poison's use, no one would have ever suspected.
This is extraordinary.
Yes. The effects of the poison meant it would be too easily identified, so the killer had to mask its use. Which he attempted to do by plunging a knife into the middle of the victim's back.
Rubble.
Order! The argument presented is sound. The court is satisfied that it warrants consideration. Does the prosecution have a counter-argument it wishes to put forward?
Well, there are a number of... yes, I counter completely.
The prosecution's evasive response clearly shows that in much the same way he nurtures the remnants of his top knot, he is clinging to lost hope.
Damn, that's sick
Not
bird.
making fun of the ouchie
Oh
gross.
my god.
Lost hope.
Lost hope?
Oh no! He threw down the hat!
Ah, you pathetic, useless fallen samurai!
Fallen? Who are you calling fallen? My burgeoning growth is...
I don't need a counter-argument! What? I was like, wait, okay, wait. Oh, right, I'm Susato, never mind.
As a reminder, that's you.
What are you talking about?
Man, this Ryotaro disguise is really convincing, even to KV.
It reminds me, there was a clip of a supposedly canceled, well, no, it was canceled, Scooby-Doo movie, and they'd have a joke where Velma takes off her glasses, and then Lois Lane's just like, hey, where's Velma? And the rest of the Scooby Gang's just like, what are you talking about? Velma puts back her, oh, there she is!
Oh my
I saw
god.
that.
It
Yeah,
should be
but it's-
blatantly obvious. I stole the poison, you say. Gave it to the victim, you say. Stabbed her, you say. Lots of fine theories.
Excuse me, you admitted. Wait. You admitted to the stabbing. Hang on a second. Hold up.
It's still a theory, even if I admitted to it, because I was also giving a theory myself. A game theory.
Oh, get out of here.
You know, he
No.
does kind of have that Matt Pattish look if he had sideburns.
No. You invoked game theory. You're going to jail.
Susato, is it legal if I stab him somewhere that's non-lethal?
You'll probably
That's assault.
You'll get into even more trouble. So I wouldn't do that.
That's assault. That's assault.
But I don't mind. I don't need a counter argument because you don't have an argument yourself. Where's your evidence? Yes, you make it sound all so plausible, don't you? Without evidence, it means nothing. What is I? I base my news on facts. Sure you do.
You?
Max, what do you mean? Explain yourself.
I mean, what the professor said earlier this trial. It's all here, in my many memos. Every word, every slip of the tongue, all noted in my many memoisms. That's what the Show You News is famous for. It's the power of the printed word.
Surely it would be no easy task to steal a highly secret toxin being developed for the government. Indeed. All visitors to the laboratory are thoroughly searched when they leave. Even if a thief managed to avoid being seen by myself or a colleague, getting the poison out would be very difficult.
How's that then? Blowing the story wide open? See, I, write in many memo, a mere reporter for Show You News. Couldn't possibly have stolen that poison from the professor's laboratory. Ah!
If only we had some piece of evidence
I know.
that proved that he stole it.
Huh.
Some kind of container that could hold the poison.
Only... Now let's put a pen in that for right now.
I understood that reference.
But there can't be any question of it. He must have stolen the poison that day. He stole it and used it to kill. And if that's the case... As you've identified, the poison itself is the definitive evidence we need. Because whoever stole it from the laboratory that day is the true culprit here. Oh, what's your point, you annoyingly handsome country bumpkin?
Thank you? Mini memo? Okay. The truth come out?
I'd say no homo, but in reality, yes. But
Full homo.
I'm also not a guy, so...
Full homo stares at Ray.
My point is, there is only one way that you, Memo-san, could have stolen the poison that day.
I have heard enough verbal conjecture now, thank you. What the court must be shown is evidence. What proof do you have that this witness stole the poison on the day in question?
Have we not seen the penalty meter this entire case?
No, we have.
Oh yeah, we have.
okay.
We've had it. We saw it before. I remember
remember.
There was one thing. There was like one of those like 3 choices thing, and there was a funny statement, and I was like, I'm gonna save the game because we're gonna take damage when we do it because it looked like a funny statement. We wanted to read it or something.
No, won't
Okay.
stop me because we don't pay attention.
Anyway, presenting the pen. Yes,
Yes.
the pen. It finally arose.
The proof, Your Excellency, is this fountain pen.
Ah! Fountain pen? How can that possibly be relevant?
These magical pens somehow seem to have enough ink to write many thousands of kanji characters. I believe they arrived in our country for the first time some 15 years ago now.
Ah. Oh god, there was something in my throat. I swear by a weasel hair calligraphy brush and nothing else. These newfangled pens are merely a fad.
Okay. You write it like 5 words per minute?
Well, as a forward-thinking man of words, obviously I love my fountain pen. Suck up a soup con of sumptuous ink, and one's work is awash with words in the blink of an eye. What the heck is that?
Are you gonna...
What?
The
Wait,
word's
what,
weird too,
Supan?
but I'm looking at his pose right now. It looks like he's about to try to, like...
Twist his own neck?
Yeah.
I mean, from my understanding,
I'm just waiting for him to yell, "Me now!"
What the heck is that word, though?
I have no clue.
That's right. I also don't know what that word is. Fountain pens have a small reservoir in the barrel, into which ink is sucked up through the nib of the pen in order to write with later.
What does all this talking about sucking up ink have? Now I get it.
That's right. These are made by vampires,
Excuse me?
and it's just as possible to suck up ink into the reservoir.
Good thing the only known vampire we know is all the way in Britain right now, right?
It's also possible to eject it through the nib again, of course.
My word. Can this really be?
Wait, the only vampire is in... Oh no. Naruhodo's in danger.
Well, Mini-Momo-san?
KV,
Mm.
KV, I need you to look me in the eyes and tell me a moment when Naruhodo hasn't been in danger.
Well, joke's on you, because I can't see your face, and your current icon has goggles on right now, so I can't look you in the eyes.
Damn. You're right.
When you say you saw the deadly poison before your eyes in the laboratory that day, you used your fountain pen, your very lifeblood, to steal some of it, didn't you?
Dog agrees.
My god, even the dogs agree.
Why are the dogs in this courthouse? By siphoning the poison up through the nib and into the pen's reservoir.
Don't worry about the dogs.
Yeah! Headline! I'm in pain!
More absurdity! That never happened!
True, we've heard that there were procedures in place to prevent thefts like this in the laboratory. But would anyone have thought to look inside a fountain pen of all places?
No. I'm a little ashamed to say that for fear of offending our guests, such a detailed search would not have been conducted.
Okay, well, that's a problem.
Well, this is quite startling, I must say. See, even the dogs agree. It's very startling.
I
We
remind
only-
the court that this pen was found in the clutches of the victim when she died. I'm sorry, Judge. I didn't mean to cut you off. You okay?
No. Please continue. I'm just
Okay.
fascinated by how emphatically the dogs agree.
Okay. In other words, it was dropped at the source by Minimomo-san. So the crucial question is, when exactly was the pen dropped?
Are you suggesting?
The natural conclusion is that in your haste to act well so the victim was distracted for a moment, you drop the pen and empty the poison from it into her glass.
Objection!
There could be any number of alternative explanations. For example, the witness could have been using his pen to write down details of his conversation with the victim. And when shocked by one of her outrageous answers, the pen fell from his quivering hand.
No, that can't be. If it was, how do you explain why the pen was devoid of ink?
What?
As you can see for yourself if you examine the evidence, there would appear to be no ink present in the reservoir. What newspaper reporter goes to interview someone without nothing in his pen? No, the pen was dropped after the poison that filled its reservoir had been emptied into the victim's glass.
Witness? Once you are done sounding like a jet engine, what do you have to say in your defense?
What's a jet engine?
Don't worry about it.
I just figured it out. You're from the future, aren't you, Judge?
Don't worry about it.
So this is how your modern justice system works, is it?
I'm sorry, his laugh for a moment there, all I could think of was the Wario laugh. Yeah, pretty much.
So what if the ink of my pen runs dry? So what if my pencil snaps?
I think we have at least
No.
47 pencils that are... Oh, my God. He's armed! Quick! Someone take him down! Bailiff!
I'm not doing that, sir. You know how Judge, you know, we went to that movie the other week. Don't ask me how we know what the movies are, but that guy put a pencil in his eye. I don't trust pencils.
Oh, my God. What do I even pay people for?
To go to the future, apparently.
Ugh.
I can always draw my claw back into the game. I have plenty in reserve. Ah!
That's not assault at this point.
You claim I sucked the poison up into my pen? That's wild speculation and nothing more. If you thought you could bring me down with a fine upstanding citizen with a trick like that, think again.
If only we had something to prove that the poison was there. Some kind of regent. Man, that would be crazy.
That'd be so convenient.
Man, wild.
I'm a news reporter. You think I pay attention to that kind of thing? I just write things down and tell people that this is the truth, even if it's a complete fat sack of lies.
It looks as though it's going to take one final decisive blow to finish this matter. As I see it, the situation is now very simple. It rests upon whether or not this witness did indeed steal the poison on the day in question. And therefore, it all depends upon whether or not the defense can prove that he did with evidence.
Ha! No such evidence could possibly exist.
Objection! We're bet.
Minimomo-san, this is how our modern justice system works.
What?
In the courtroom, evidence is everything. Something you would do well to remember. Because we are well past the point of speculation at this stage, I assure you.
Very well then. I call upon the defense to present the aforementioned evidence.
This is it then. This will be the final piece in the puzzle. the defense can prove, by means of this item, that was the witness's pen that was used to steal the poison.
Hey, there we go. The regent now comes into play.
Take that!
Finally.
I know. Just sitting there casually in our evidence this whole time.
Counsel, what is that bottle?
The bottle contains a unique chemical reagent that can identify the poison in question.
Yes, that poison is an entirely new synthesis of alkaloids developed by my colleagues and I. It would be impossible to detect traces of it by any other method.
Final one, you said that. That reminds me of that Speed Racer clip. He's gonna go after that cliff! Ah!
Or, for another perspective, simply with this chemical reagent, anybody could check for the traces of poison.
A reagent? Like a special secret agent? What?
No, that's no, I'm not gonna, I'm tired.
Hey, that's like the other film we went to see in the future, eh, boss?
I just want to eat lunch.
Maybe we should stop going to the future then. We should have gotten food from the future.
One drop of the contents of this bottle on the tip of your fountain pen, I messed up your name finally. Congratulations!
Tongue twisted.
Is all it will take to solve this case beyond a reasonable doubt.
No, you can't! I won't!
Your crimes are bad enough, but at least know when to admit defeat.
Your Excellency, the defense requests permission to carry out the test in the fountain pen at once.
Oh no, he's got that camera!
This is my fault! The Empire drove me to do this! Tried to do this by blowing the foreign powers within! I look up in the arms of my pen and I try to the battlefield of the coast, but in the name of justice and reasons, he has made one of the many more in the name of more!
Susato, with me!
I'm here! Hiya!
Woo! Lesbian power.
Did I do it right? That was a Susato takedown, wasn't it?
I get so excited my voice cracked. Not quite. That was a Rio Tower takedown.
And it was that day lesbian power won.
The instant the first drop of the reagent touched the lid of the fountain pen, it was clear to everyone present.
When I saw it there in the lab, the poison, the devil got a hold of me, and I decided to do it on a whim. I excused myself and emptied all the ink down the sink in the bathroom, washing the reservoir out carefully.
And then you waited for an opportunity to suck up some of the poison, didn't you? In your fountain pen.
Yes, that's right.
Answer me one thing, Memo-san. Why did you steal it? For what purpose?
Isn't it obvious? To find out what it was made of and expose it in an article. I mean, it was a secret project after all. Too juicy for a journal like me to pass up.
Then why did the English woman end up dead?
Oh, because he just sucked.
I went into that hut intending to quiz her on her situation, that's all. As a reporter. A known killer, enjoying full freedom, evading justice by leaving the country. I told her what I thought about it. And she just laughed in my face!
What's this? A Far Eastern caveman purporting to practice journalism. Really, you must learn the difference between reporting and listening at doorways, you ignorant plebeian.
What? What did you just call me?
Hee. In this country, with its pretensions to a justice system, to a free press, it's really very depressing. You see our superior ways in the West, yet you lack the mental capacity to emulate them. Get out of here, you oaf. Get out and crawl back into the cave you came from.
You know, maybe she did deserve it.
I don't think there's a single person who thought she didn't deserve it.
Yeah.
Not a single one.
She thinks she didn't deserve it, but
Yeah,
she's
well,
also dead. So she
Yeah,
has,
who
she's
cares? Her
dead.
opinion doesn't matter anymore.
She's 6 feet on the ground. She has no opinions.
they buried her.
Duh.
I don't know.
That's what I remembered. About the deadly poison I happened to have in my pen at the time.
What a terrible tale.
In my head, I knew I should just get out of there as quickly as possible, but I couldn't. I couldn't let her get away with what she'd done, when she'd clearly had no remorse at all. I suppose it was my Jono spirit getting all fired up.
No, don't blame journalism on your personal vendetta.
I'd like to ask you something.
Yes.
You often talk about justice. But surely as a journalist, you could have used other means to deliver the justice you sought.
There's no justice in the press.
Sorry?
After that trial 9 months ago, I kept digging and digging to find out what had happened in that courtroom. And finally, I discovered the truth. It was a cover-up! That's what it was!
A cover-up? What do you mean?
I would remind you of your position, witness. Be careful of what you say.
Oh, come on! Doesn't it strike you as strange? We're suddenly not allowed to convict a foreign national. Consular jurisdiction should never have come into it. I'd have to puff the figure someone was going to sail away into the sunset as a free woman. The only possible explanation that is, behind the scenes, some deal had gone down between Britain and Japan.
What sort of deal?
I did my research, dug up all the dirt. It was ready to be published. But you know what happened? The editor just tore up the article.
You came under pressure from the government, you mean?
If our government is going to let criminals walk free, if they're going to crush the free press, then what choice do I have but to see the justice is done myself?
Let's not forget, Minimemo-san, that you committed murder yourself, and you tried to lay the blame on the defendant's door. I'm sorry, but you're no better than Jezebel Brett.
Oof.
What?
The truth is, you have no right to talk about justice at all.
I suppose.
It would appear that we have reached a conclusion in this trial at last. Finally. Counsel for the defense, Ryutaro Naruhodo.
Oh! Ah, yes. Sorry, Your Excellency. Just musing in the manly way here.
Uh-huh.
Almost unbelievable that this is your first experience of the Supreme Court. It was an excellent performance. In truth, it very much reminds me of your cousin's exploits.
Oh, that also... Ryunosuke, you mean?
The way you handled the trial 9 months ago and the way you handled this one gives me hope that we are genuinely entering a new era of justice in this land.
He handled the trial very poorly. Don't compare him to me. That's very flattering, Your Excellency.
Hearing the defense you put forward today made me feel most keenly that the future of our justice system will be forged by you and your contemporaries.
Thank you.
So, Prosecutor Ouchie, do you have any final thoughts?
Oh! Oh no!
What?
Oh my god, he's gonna kill himself!
Oh.
This would be big news, but honestly, no one's going to care.
Wow.
Prosecutor Ouchie?
He's right, but he shouldn't say it.
Yes, you. Second of all, I'll speak. I, Takatsuchi Ouchie of the Ouchie clan, have been bested by a callow youth not once now, but twice. 3 times if we count the DLC case and that hasn't made it over here.
Oh my god, I'm so mad about that.
If there was any shred of my former self left, it is withered and died here today.
Gosh, your journey to cultural enlightenment sure took a while, didn't it?
Silence!
Okay.
Rather than living on in shame, I will end it all now with this blade. For this is the truth path to Ouchieism!
Ouchieism?
One hopes that the only way in which he'll be modeling himself after the witness.
Sprig of my top knot, the time is right for farewell. Hope is lost forever. Takatsuchi. Farewell. So ends the Ouchie growth.
The sparkles!
The sparkles, yo!
Bold is beautiful, Megatron! Oh god, right, I forgot he had the turtle on the head.
Wow.
What the hell did I just watch?
Now, in regard to the defendant, Raymond Bami-san.
Yes, Your Excellency.
I have reached my final verdict. I hereby find you
Not guilty! Cherry blossoms!
We're celebrating the top not being destroyed.
I choose to see it as a celebration of my enlightenment, as I now fare thee well to the prison cell. My brand of justice was true until I slipped up at the very end.
With the murder?
No, by trying to put someone else under the bus. I would totally. I should have submitted to the murder completely.
Oh, okay. All right. You know what? Okay, I respect it. Court is adjourned. I swear I am going to eat lunch.
You can actually have lunch down the theater with the swan thing, too.
No!
Okay, you lost your mood, I say.
2:38 p.m. Supreme Court of Judicature. Defendants Antechamber 3.
It's over. My head is still pounding in my chest, though. It's all I can do just to stay standing. Lawyers have such great responsibility, such a great burden to bear. Don't they, Naruhodo-san?
Susanoo! Susanoo!
Oh.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You were so dashing in there.
Alright, I know we just finished the trial, but we are unfortunately out of time, so we are still gonna need one more video to wrap up this case. But hey, at least the big part's over, so now we're just gonna go and celebrate, and then we'll start case 2, hopefully, in the next video. See you all then.